What is going on today, guys? So I wanted to do something a little bit different on this video. So this has been the biggest question throughout the entire sneaker culture. Is DHGATE good? And I'm not 100% sure. I still want to get a little bit more things off of them just to get that mindset saying, hey, is DHGATE good? Is it terrible? Whatever. But that is the whole topic of this whole video. It's a little bit of a sneaker review on the shoe. So a few weeks back, it's probably been a few months, I've had this pair of sneakers. So I got this off of DHGATE, and this is the whole point of the video, and this is what I've had lined up in my schedule for videos. So I bought this Jordan 1 Travis Scott Phantoms, and it's just an all black shoe. You can't go anything wrong with a black shoe, and that's what I bought this shoe for, to see how much of this shoe resembles the retail. I can't show you a retail pair because I'm not spending $1,200 on a Jordan 1 for that. I'll spend it on something else when I have the money, but I'm not doing it on an all black shoe when I can go on Nike and get an all black Jordan 1, or to make my own all black custom dunk. So, but that's not the point. This is the point. So I went on to DHGATE and I did my research. I looked at the reviews. I looked at how many products has this company sold, like the store. And I've been talking back and forth with some of the shoe store or the shoe sellers that are on there, and I came across one, and honestly, he is straight to the point. He doesn't mess around, and I believe he's an American seller, which is great. But this shoe here is, we'll get into that. So I did have to wait over almost a month for my shoe, which is no big deal. I still had plenty of other shoes to look and do reviews on, so I wasn't too buggy or anything like that. So let's get into it. So I did spend a little bit of extra money. I think I spent like anywhere between $56 to $65. I know it was low, but I didn't spend too much money onto it. So I bought it with the box. So this is the Travis Scott box. If you look at the box, it's like, UPS did their number on this shoe, and on the shoe box, I should say. So I told the guy on DHGATE, he goes by online sneakers. I told him that the box did come in destroyed, and he goes, that's normally what happens, because UPS doesn't care. And I completely understand that. Every other shoe that I've ever had, they've done it to it. Some of the boxes, they handled it with care, insured, and then some of the other boxes, they kind of did their number on it, and this is probably the worst. It looked like they just crushed it. But let's get into it. Nothing too special on the box. You have your black and gloss black on the box. You have no branding on the bottom of the box other than it says made in China, your Nike swoosh, and then the word swoosh. So it don't have the rest of the numbers and everything else that would be on a regular Nike box. But it did come with this pink paper that usually comes with the Travis Scotts. And then inside you have the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Phantoms. Now, that sneaker, I like this sneaker just because it comes, you can wear this with anything. And that's the point of why I bought this. Essentially, kind of to turn it into a sneaker I could just throw on for anything, for any occasion. Now, it did come with the extra laces. It came with the red laces, and then it came with the checkered laces, which I might end up throwing those in. I like those, and they're nice. They're like thick. They're a lot thicker than the regular laces, which is really nice, and I like that. brings back like old sneaker like SB deals, not like SB as in dunks, like, you know, your whole skateboard scene. You had, you had what was it? It was like DC. You had your Vans. You had Osiris's. Like I was part of that group of sneakers when I was younger. I didn't have no Jordans. I had whatever, and this is when Kmart was around. Whatever Kmart had, that's what I had. Or shoe department, it was. I always liked this. I always liked skateboarding shoes, and that's why I do a lot of the SB Dunks, is because I love skateboard shoes. And yeah, so but let's get into the sneaker. So this is the Travis Scott Phantoms. You know, if you're looking at it, it does look kind of pretty good. You have your black with a little bit of nubuck, suede all over the shoe. On the inside of the shoe, you have like this fuzzy like sock liner, which I'm not all about, because like dog hair and stuff, like I just pulled out dog hair, clings onto it, and I've heard it's a bitch to clean. But you know, everything on the shoe does look kind of good. You even have the little bumblebee Gucci on the back, and then on the side here, on the side panel, I don't know if you can tell, but right there is where it says Cactus Jack. It doesn't say Cactus Jake, it just says Cactus. And underneath the jack, or underneath the swoosh, is where it says Jack. That's pretty much the only thing that I see. It's really what you can tell between a DHGATE and a retail is they do hide a little bit of that. And you know, if you're some every regular day Joe, you ain't gonna notice. But if you're like a diehard sneakerhead who jerks off to Dior ones that cost way too much money for your pockets, then they will nitpick. So I wanted to get into some of the stitching that is. I usually don't go into stitching, but with DHGATE's sneakers, you have to get into the stitching and see if anything lines up. So from what I could tell, if I can, I would reach over and grab my my Jordan 1 Pandas and do a comparison, but they're not low, so I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So as far as I can see, some of the stitching does look really nice, and then it all looks pretty lateral. Doesn't look like anything's out of place. You do have a little bit of overstitch like here and there. It's on each side of the sneaker. Now if you get into the stitching that's on the sole, it looks pretty good. Like if you just take a look all the way around, it does look pretty good on the stitching all the way around the shoe. The tongue looks actually pretty good. It does have the Cactus Jack up on the side of the tongue. On the inside of the sneaker, you have the insole where it says Cactus, and then you got the Jumpman right there, Michael Jordan. And then on the bottom, you have this like slight gray, which I'm rocking. It, you know, it hides dirt pretty well, and that's the one thing that's why I bought this sneaker. Is you could just throw this on with a pair of black pants or anything, and it just looks good. And but yeah, like even the toe box, I don't know if you can see it like that. The toe box looks pretty good. It doesn't look crooked. It doesn't look mispaneled or anything like that. It actually does look good, and there's a little bit of creasing. I did wear these like once or twice, and you know, nothing too big. So I end up changing the paper that comes in with this. The paper was just too thin, and it didn't hold the whole toe box. So I took the paper out of my Jordan 2s and just threw it in there, and it holds the toe box pretty good. Now, I wanted to get into the rest of the sneaker. So, yeah. So like with DHGATE, you know, you have to watch what you're doing on that site. You have to like do your research before you go and buy something that you'd say it comes up $5.60. You're like, oh man, that's a deal. Don't do it. You're most likely you're going to get scammed. So do your research. Look at sales, their stars, the reviews, how many of the same product are they selling? Because there is a lot of stores on there that will sell the same product on their site multiple times. So, but the store that I did get it from, they're online sneakers. He's very good at what he does. This stupid fly. You fly, don't bother me. So yeah, with online sneakers, me and him has been talking back and forth. Hopefully maybe one day me and him could do a collab, and I will do more reviews on his product. So this is honestly pretty good. I did get these in a size 10 because they do not offer this shoe in a 10.5 unless you request it and pay the extra money for it. But like I said, I think I paid like $56 to $63. It would have been like $23 some, but I had to get the box. And when you do buy the box, you get the better quality of a shoe. And that's what online sneakers told me, that, you know, if you do that, you get the better quality of the sneaker. But yeah, so the whole bottom of this shoe, it's like there's no flexing at all. But yeah, so that's not bad. But yeah, so that is the sneaker. Please go like and subscribe to my channel. Go follow my Instagram at lmkreviews_. Instagram will be seeing my post, like I have said before. They will be seeing my post before anybody else does on YouTube or a TikTok or anything like that. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all later.